Thank you for joining us for CNTV. I'm Brad Clonch.
And I'm Quin Tran. Chickasaw culture comes alive at the Oklahoma State Capitol. This was Chickasaw Day at the Capitol, held to showcase the history and culture of the tribe. There were several booths and exhibits sharing Chickasaw books and artwork. Cultural demonstrators were on hand to show and share traditional items and activities like weaving. Chickasaw youth were at the event to talk about the popular robotics program.
I'm Chickasaw and I'm proud to be Chickasaw, and I'm proud to be here at the Capitol because I get to represent my team and my culture and my heritage and my people.
Under the leadership of Governor Bill Anatubby, the Chickasaw Nation supports programs that prepare the next generation to be creative and innovative leaders. Also featured at the event, Bedray chocolates. They were popular with visitors at the Capitol.
State and local law enforcement agencies held a seminar in Ada recently to educate the public about a serious topic, human trafficking. Law enforcement officials say it's not just a foreign or national issue, it's a topic every community needs to be aware of.
We had a public awareness seminar that was hosted by Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics and partnered with the Chickasaw Nation. And what we wanted to do is bring awareness to the community so those eyes were open to some of the vulnerabilities for the next generation to be protected. And if we can bring awareness to this subject now and deter with sanctions on those folks trafficking young victims, I think our society would be better as a whole.
Captain Steve Cash says Chickasaw Nation Light Horse Police and other tribal law enforcement are also learning more about human trafficking to protect citizens and our communities. Mark your calendar for the upcoming Dynamic Women of the Chickasaw Nation Conference and Forum. It will be held April 16th and 17th. This year's theme is Beyond Pink, Breaking Boundaries. The annual event showcases and recognizes the remarkable women of the Chickasaw people. The conference includes dynamic presentations and audience-driven forums. The event will be held in Sulphur at the beautiful Artisan Hotel and the Chickasaw Cultural Center. You may find more event details at chickasaw.net. The annual event will also feature the talents of Chickasaw women, from artists to authors.
Through their talents and contributions, they're telling the Chickasaw story. Here's how one woman is doing that with a traditional item made by hand. The stomp dance weaves Chickasaw culture and tradition. The singing, the movements, the regalia.
If you're going to go completely traditional, if you're going to wear everything, you have to complete it with the moccasins. It's just another accessory that you have to have.
Dixie Brewer is a moccasin maker.
You have to check both sides in case there is a scar or a blemish, something that you don't want on your moccasin.
Her specialty, the pucker toe. It's a traditional moccasin worn by Chickasaws and other Southeastern tribes.
It's called pucker toe because it actually does pucker across the top of your foot from as far back as we can remember or have documents of it. It's the original pattern.
It starts with a paper pattern of the person's feet.
I'd call this the heart, the top of the heart. And so you want to go at least 2 to 2.5 inches from the side of your foot. You'll need enough space on your heart to actually touch and go overlap just a little bit so that it will come across the top of your foot.
After the pattern is laid out on deerskin, the sewing begins. Every stitch is done by hand.
You're going to sew on the wrong side, so you're going to sew it inside out.
The thread is sewn tight, with each stitch on the leather spaced just right.
The running stitch is where you have the edge of the leather and you just go in and out both pieces. It's a very quick stitch, and then whenever you pull it, it'll actually pucker the top of the shoe. And then on the heel is a whip stitch. You start on each side, the needle will go in the same side each time and make a loop, kind of like a spiral notebook.
Dixie learned how to make moccasins from an elder. Years later, she's mastered the craft. The quality of the moccasins are measured by how well they fit. Every pair must be custom made. cut and sewn to fit from heel to toe.
They're very comfortable. They fit like a pair of socks, and if you do them right, they feel like a pair of socks. Once it's finished and it fits perfectly, it's the best. It's the best feeling. It's important for me to do any craft because we don't want to lose any part of our culture. We have to keep that alive.
Dixie Brewer is a very talented Chickasaw woman. Besides making moccasins, she does beautiful beadwork. What she really enjoys about doing these crafts is sharing it with others and teaching these crafts that she really has mastered.
Dixie has shared moccasin making at the Chickasaw Cultural Center, and she's also traveling to schools across the state to show and share how traditional Chickasaw crafts are made.
We always enjoy visiting with her. Well, we've enjoyed sharing with you this episode of CNTV.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.